Hello everyone, welcome back to the third and final part of this series of videos titled What is Going On in Afghanistan? I think because most of us out there, especially the people that aren't in the know of how things really operate, are maybe scratching their heads wondering what the hell is going on out there. But they won't really look too far into it or look past yesterday's news to really put the pieces together and get the bigger picture of what's really going on. And so that's my aim with these videos and all the videos that I produce, is to try to tie all these things together without being a crazy conspiracy theorist as most people who like to present the truth are labeled. But this video and this article is called Fox News Makes Excuse for CIA's Afghan Opium Cultivation, and this comes to no surprises to me. I've been aware of this as far as knowing that the U.S. troops have been guarding the poppy fields. If you don't know, poppies used to produce opium, and there's nothing wrong with it. I don't have a problem with anybody that puts something in their body. It's their right. It's their body, and it's whatever they want to do. And I don't have a problem with the Afghanis utilizing one of their biggest exports and their biggest natural source of income, which happens to be poppy seeds for opium production. So I don't have a problem with that. What I do have a problem with is the fact that the U.S. is staunchly against drugs. And they're against, they have the war on drugs. I mean, everybody knows that. And we're over there protecting their fields, their poppy fields. And then at the same time, we're also paying the Taliban to not shoot at our transport trucks and that. That's not really ours. It's not mine. I don't have any say in it, so I shouldn't even talk like that. It's just But anyways, yeah, so we're over there protecting their poppy fields, and we're paying the Taliban to not shoot at our troops or at our trucks. And as long as we keep paying them, they won't shoot, and if we stop paying them, they will shoot. So this is the insanity of what's going on, and I'm going to get into this video here. It says in an amazing propaganda segment, Fox News Geraldo Rivera, I think it's Geraldo Rivera, but talks with an occupation soldier about U.S. support of the opium trade in Afghanistan. The soldier tells Rivera he does not like supporting Afghan opium production. The U.S. he insists has turned a blind eye to the cultivation because of its culture, because if it's a cultural thing. He'd rather the Afghans grow watermelons. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. It's a bunch of bullshit, right? Because I don't care what they grow. I don't care if they're growing opium. The fact is that it's illegal, and that the CIA imports this stuff, right? They're the ones that run the drug trade, whether it's coca, whether it's marijuana, or whether it's for opium. It's them, and that's what funds their wars. And so it's a revolving door. It's a cycle. So let's check it out.
Welcome back to Fox and Friends. Dave Briggs, he's Clayton Morris, she's Allison Camerata. We're going to head to Afghanistan this morning. One of the biggest obstacles in front of the U.S. troops there in Afghanistan is the opium trade. The Taliban is using it to intimidate the population.
Yeah. Joining us from Helmand Province is Geraldo Rivera. Good morning to you, Geraldo. Tell us what you've seen during your days there in Afghanistan.
Hi, Allison, Dave, and Clayton. Yes, in some ways, the Marines' brilliantly executed invasion of Marja, this town in the middle of Helmand Province, was the easy part. The hard part now is governing this province, a province, as you suggest, that has become addicted to opium in many, many ways. That is the principal crop that is being grown here. The Taliban lend the farmers the money. They are indebted to the Taliban. They have to grow the opium. Now the Marines, in their success, are in a sense a victim of their success, because now the population is, they have these opium fields, and we are tolerating it. We are tolerating the cultivation of the opium because we know that if we were to destroy it now, the population would turn against the Marines, and it would be a real security risk. Let me introduce Lieutenant Colonel Brian Christmas. He's the commanding officer of the 3rd Battalion, 6th Marines. Really a wonderful wonderful group of Marines here. I know that you care deeply about this contradiction, the fact that here you have one of the best fighting forces in the world ever mounted, and in a sense you're watching as this opium is being grown. I know it grinds at your gut. How do you deal with it? What are you doing about it?
Well, frankly, this is a part of their culture. So while it might grind in my gut, it's what they do. We provide them security, we're providing them resources, and we're providing them alternatives. And the alternatives are different crops to grow. They're getting the seed and the fertilizer to do it. They can rotate any of their crops that they want. If they want to get rid of their wheat and grow cotton for the winter, they can do that, and we're going to help them do it. So the same thing goes for the poppy.
So you think that, we were at the market, and everywhere we go, they're selling these little devices. Take a shot at this, Greg. They're hand-carved. These are the little devices they use to scrape the opium sap off the plant. And I watched as you bought every one that was for sale because you care so deeply. Why did you do that?
I want them off the street. The idea is that we don't want to harvest the poppy. We want to, hopefully turn the poppy over and put some wheat, cotton, watermelon, cucumber. That's all great stuff they grow out here. We just want to see that come to fruition and the poppy just to go away.
How do you separate the good guys from the bad guys? I watched that checkpoint you had. The cars are out on the road. That's the good news. The bazaars are coming back to life. That's the good news.
And so there you go, folks. Just reading this right here, it says it was reported a few months ago that Ahmed Wali Karzai was on the CIA payroll, intimately involved in the opium trade. Fox News and the rest of the corporate media will tell us is run by the evil Taliban. Fox News did not report that before everything changed on September 11, 2001, and before the U.S. invaded Afghanistan, the Taliban had imposed a ban on opium production. This resulted in opium production collapsing by more than 90%. It was the U.S.-supported Northern Alliance that came to the rescue and began protecting the production of raw opium. So CIA-supported Mujahideen rebels, who in 2001 were part of the Northern Alliance, engaged heavily in drug trafficking while fighting against the Soviet-supported government and its plans to reform the very backward Afghan society, William Blunt writes in The Real Drug Lord. It says here, the Golden Crescent drug trade launched by the CIA in the early 1980s continues to be protected by U.S. intelligence in liaison with NATO occupation forces and the British military. In recent developments, British occupation forces have promoted opium cultivation through paid radio advertisements, Michael Chodosky wrote in 2007. The CIA has long secured the lucrative global drug market for Wall Street and for its own operation of off-the-books purposes, and that's what I was talking about as far as them creating wars for expansion of the Western Anglo-Saxon establishment's little power grab or wherever they want to go and enslave people, and then the IMF World Bank comes in and loans them money. The CIA's operational directorate, in other words, that their covert operations, paramilitary dirty tricks, call it whatever you want, has for at least 40 years that we can document paid for a significant amount of its work through the sales of heroin and cocaine, Guerrilla News Network reported in an interview with Christopher Simpson. So there you go. So there you go, folks. Just finishing up this video. Just want to make my last and final point here, and that is about Afghanistan and what the future holds. And so we just had something popping off here in Kyrgyzstan, which makes that area a little unstable. And just to give you, to let you know, this is all Russia. This is China. We're in Pakistan. We're droning people. We're in Afghanistan. And listening to Alan Watt yesterday, he was talking about what the goals and the plans are of this global government and this Western establishment, and the powers that be. And that is, they wanted to, the project of New American Century was to attack Afghanistan, and then go into Afghanistan, then to go into Iraq, then go in Iran, then go into Syria. And so just like Iraq, I think that they were done with it. They transferred the troops to Afghanistan. I think they're done with Afghanistan. They're going to transfer the troops to Pakistan, and then it's on to Syria. And of course, Iran is always the wild card. My brother, who just got back from Syria, and nobody knows that we're even there, but we are there, and so that is a good possibility. So just be ready for anything. You have over here in the Gulf of Aden, all the wannabe terrorists, or the Al-Qaeda down here operating with the Somali pirates. So a lot of this area right here, it's a division between the Western and the Eastern powers, the establishment, but they all believe in global government and enslaving you. Thank you.